Ghosts or Games, presented by Laundry Bear. Speed dating for ghosts saves your choices. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's speed dating for ghosts. Because you're lonely, you're trapped inside on some sort of quarantine of your life, and you just want to get a date. I'm Seth Trav, and breaking with tradition, I've actually played this game before. We actually reviewed it on an episode of the Switch It Up show, so please be sure to check it out. I will provide the link down here in the show description. But until then, we're gonna kick things off with a little speed dating for ghosts. Hello again. It's nice to see you. I'll just put your name down, and you can go right in. You can choose from 3 rooms. Room of Black, Room of Liars, and the Room of Palms. I've been through the Room of Palms. The Room of Liars looks a bit like a conference hall, the kind you might see in an airport hotel. There was a meeting of regional managers here yesterday, followed by some couple's 65th anniversary in the evening. They left a few balloons behind. Worn, plush stacking chairs are set on either side of the lacquered oak tables. In one corner, there are wine glasses and a metal pitcher of water, alongside a stainless steel urn for coffee. Ghosts don't need coffee. One particularly nervous ghost is holding a cup anyway. Some habits never die. And so the cowbell rings. And now you go on your dates. Ah! A ghost! Oh God! Sorry. Of course you're a ghost. We all are. I'm still not used to this whole being dead thing. I'm not used to it either. Nothing prepares you for this life. Except this isn't life. Post-life? I feel so lost. When I used to have anxiety attacks, I'd focus on my breathing. Listen to my heart beating. Now I can't breathe. I don't even have blood. What does that mean? I think it's pretty neat. What? You're kidding, right? We are ghosts, caught between life and death. Isn't that terrifying? I can see how that's scary. Of course you can. When I was alive, I was so scared of ghosts. It started when I was little. A movie I saw. I pushed my bed against the wall. I told my mom. It was so I wouldn't fall out. I couldn't sleep unless my back was against that wall. Why were you scared? I'd picture the worst ghosts, devils, dark entities, hateful things floating in the dark, hiding in mirrors, watching, standing behind me. And now I learn where they were there. Everyone who told me that there was nothing to be afraid of. They were wrong. Ghosts are real, and I am one. It is a lot to accept. Yeah, it is. Are you afraid of ghosts? Not anymore. What changed? Life feels weird? I guess with some distance. Being a ghost is normal, and it's life that's weird. I'm sure not there yet. Ah! The bell rings. Oh, that was just the bell. Whew. Thank you for listening. I guess we'll talk more in a bit. Hopefully the other ghosts are as nice as you. Yeah, so the idea is you go on 3 dates, and then you meet 3 people, and then 3 ghosts, and then you choose which one you want to go on a date with. Well, look what we have here. The voice ghost creaks like ancient wood. The name's Spooky Peter. He tips his hat. Dust spills off the brim. How do you do? I'd do okay. I'd wager otherwise. Like, maybe you're scared. Like, maybe you've seen a ghost. Spooky Peter laughs. Or coughs. It's hard to tell. You definitely are spooky. Thank you for saying so. I've been doing this a while. My record of hauntings goes back long as the door. Since the Black Death took me in 1665. Ho ho, ho ho, ho. You've seen so much. History happened, wars, revolutions. Mostly I read about these things. Mostly I keep to my own. Spooking and scaring. Gotten pretty good at it. Even been in books. Not always by name, mind you. But you can tell when it's me. The top hat. The fear. All hot and sick. Nobody spooks him like Spooky Peter. Are you the devil? Just one of his helpers. You could be too. There's something in your eyes. Potential. Teach me your spooky ways. Now. Spooky Peter just doesn't teach anybody. A rock has potential before you throw it through a window. What makes you any better? I can pull my face off. Spooking like that may shock 'em, but there ain't no art to it. You go all the way, the living have nothing more to fear. And when they aren't spooked, what's the point? No. The spookiest stuff that eats at you, makes you doubt what you hear or see, makes you wonder what could be under that bed. It's never as spooky when you see what it is. You know, I'll tell you, that is why I think the Paranormal Activity movies worked so well. Learning to spook 'em takes time. If a legendary spookin' is what you're after, and Spooky Peter is gonna take you under his wing, so to speak, you'll need a solid foundation. It's all about knowing your audience. A good spookin' is in the details. The bell. That means we move on. Guess I'll be seeing you when I come back around. Spooky Peter. A thick layer of dust is now covering the table. The age-old Spooky Peter. Another ghost appears. Heyo. Want to make some money? Doesn't everybody? Exactly. Everybody needs money. You get it. How do you propose we make money? That's the good part. We take it, steal it. We use it. Use it to buy favors. Favors with the breathers. Influence. Information. The living always want the money. The living buy plenty. The name's Leon, by the way. I rob banks. Don't judge. Nice to meet you, Leon. Don't be making this personal. We rob banks together. We rob a bank together, that's it. No more contact. At least not for a couple of months. What if I want to rob more? Whoa. Let's start with one. Just goes off without a hitch. Then maybe the problem with robbing banks. People see the robbers, but you can't see a ghosty. We can walk right in and float that money right on out. Genius, right? It's a perfect crime. There's no such thing. True fact. But nothing's for sure, is it? Except death. Seems to me that makes us uniquely qualified. No harm at all, at the very least. It'll break up all this gloom in this room. Yeesh. Nuts. Time to switch seats. Don't you worry. I'll be back. We got more to talk about. Huh. Alright, we go through 2 rounds and then a date, I guess. The other ghosts. Holy, were they awful. Leon's just a creep, and Spooky Peter. That name is earned. Oof. Also, I think I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Kyle. Sorry. No need to be sorry. No need, sure. I'm still sorry, though. My anxiety gets the best of me. Social situations are Tough. This one especially. Spooky Peter, or Leon's a piece of work. I'll say, he actually asked me to rob a bank. Can you believe that? When I told Fran, she wasn't happy. She made this grumbling noise, then something switched on, and she was smiling again. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, she said. And then she skipped away. I don't know what's gonna happen now. I'm honestly worried for Leon. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Probably for the best. Who comes to a speed dating looking for bank robbers? Leon's got some guts, or whatever the ghost equivalent is. You're not like other ghosts. I'm sure thankful for that. At best, dating ghosts is frustrating. Everyone asks the same things. How did you die? What was your life like? If we were alive, the questions would be like, what kind of food do you like? What's your favorite movie? Dying doesn't make people more interesting. It's Videodrome, by the way. My favorite movie, I mean. Long live the new flesh. I don't know what the hell that means. What was your life like? Oh, please. Not you two. Oh, right. Said that was stupid. Shouldn't have done that. One weekend they convinced me Saturday. They said we should go to the lake instead. I couldn't swim. I never learned. You see where this is going. I drowned. Everything went black and white. I woke up dead in a fancy wooden box under 6 feet of dirt. Are you alive? I was actually dead, don't worry, but I sure didn't know that at first. I didn't know where I was. I fell right through my coffin, through my own body, down, 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 into the bedrock. It was so dark. What did you do? I seized up. That actually stopped me from falling. When I freaked out, it was like my whole body became corporeal. Not flesh, just like, you know, if you concentrate, you can still pick up objects like that. Oh, except I was the object and the earth was holding me. It was so quiet there, stuck in solid rock. I pulled myself up, away from the heat below, sort of clawed my way to the surface, through the earth. I felt the rock moving through me. Drowning wasn't as bad as that. Listen, I'm sorry I've been such a downer. I promise I'm not always like this. I was thinking, maybe we could go out sometime. Somewhere quieter, maybe, with fewer loud bells and spooky Peters. I'd like that. Yeah, I can't wait to do something with you. That isn't talking about myself. Sorry. The bell rings. See you after we're done. I try to leave my options open, but I think I'm gonna go with this Spooky Peter, cause it seems weird. My spooky protege returns. What knowledge do you seek, protege? I want it all in time. A truly spooky ghost requires one thing above all else. Patience. How do you scare people? Lots of ways. In older days, there was cracks in the window, the slamming of doors. With electricity came flickering lights. These were pedestrian. Over the ages, I learned, if you want to spook 'em good, you must be memorable. You need what my contemporaries call an angle. My method is to be a presence, an entity people feel, but can't quite see, and most surely fear. I'm that looming shadow when your back is turned in the dark as you scramble to find the light. Ever get that feeling when you're seeing into your necessaries, shampoo in your hair, eyes shut, that something's there, about to get ya? That's me! Yikes. Yikes is what I'm after, baby. Yikes, sustain me.
Something's rattling.
You okay?
Pay the rattle no mind. I died with it. It stays with me. You ever been to the mirror world?
Ooh, what's that?
The place beyond this, but the same as this. You've seen it, but always looking in.
Ooh, mirror world.
If you fancy another lesson, come on by that edge of things. I'll show you around the other side.
I'd like that.
Maybe you think you'll like it, seeing it's another thing entirely. Something spook even. Spooky Peter.
Dun 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 dun. Back to the shark boy. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. You'll come in with me, see? Well, I got a third ghost to watch your door. We can play that later. Why though? We got time now. Might as well use it. What if somebody hears? Good thinking. You're a careful one. I can see that coming in handy. Lord knows I could stand to be so much more careful. Seems important when robbing banks. You would be surprised. Sure, Fran's coming. How's everything going over here? It's just great, Fran. I think I found the one. Glad to hear that, Leon. Carry on. Don't mind me. Just checking in. Psst, now that she's out of the way, do you think she knows? Seems likely. Oh well. What's the worst she can do? Is kick me out, I hope. I'm not a big fan of authority. I stole candy when I was 9. Switched it to stealing beer at 14. Stole my first car a year later. I hit up convenience stores, drive-ins, even held up a laundromat once. I threw my back out, carrying all those quarters. Why'd you steal? More like, why do I steal? Made more sense than other work, getting robbed by the man, legally, you know. Now I steal because I can turn invisible. Used to dream of a power like that. It would have kept me out of a lot of jail. I robbed 5 banks in all when I was alive. Spent the rest of my life behind bars. Nothing so dramatic. Stealing just all I know. It's a hobby, a talent, the love of my life. That's our time. You've heard my pitch. Got to know me. A little more than I like. So, what do you say? I'm gonna turn him in. Wait, what? Nice try. There ain't a jail around that can hold a ghost. I think. Leon doesn't stick around long enough to find out. Spooky Peter looks over at you. He seems concerned that Leon left. Wonder what that's about. Oh no, maybe I can't go out with Spooky Peter now. Choose your date. I'd like to go with Spooky Peter, please. Cause he seems grimy. You arrive for your date with Spooky Peter, a hall of mirrors at a roadside carnival. A clown's face, all smiles and menace, watches over the entrance. Welcome to my home. No. Inside her twisted corridor is lined with mirrors. With only a slight reflection, it's especially disorienting to navigate these halls. Spooky Peter leads you to a specific mirror, taller than the others. The mirror's face is concave, as if to pull in everything around it.
We're going into this mirror.
I'll follow him. Together, you step inside the mirror.
Welcome to the mirror world, or as it's known here,
That's some Zantana nonsense. That's the mirror world spelled backwards, if you couldn't tell.
Do you see the eerie green? That is what happens when an image reflects itself. It takes on an eerie green. The more times a reflection is reflected, the greener it becomes. Just like this.
That is pretty green. Thank you.
Do not be afraid. Nothing here can hurt you. In the mirror world, the physical laws are upended. Am I really here? Whoa, or am I over here? Or am I over here? Perhaps it is all of the above. Or even nowhere at all.
Okay. No, I'm gonna say that's amazing.
I thought you might be impressed. I have practiced these skills for ages, centuries. It is not easy being green. Now come with me. The spooking hour approaches. That's 3 a.m. in case you're wondering.
Why 3 a.m.?
Only witches and sins are awake at 3. We seek neither. In a way, we are both.
Together, you and Spooky Peter fly through the void, passing countless mirrors in reverse, each peering into a life still being lived.
Each mirror in the living world is actually a door, staring into one long enough in the dark, or saying a spirit's name 3 times. That's like knocking.
After a short trip through oblivion, you arrive at a particularly decorative mirror.
A splendid haunt.
Spooky Peter leads you through the mirror glass into a long hall lined with bricks on one side. There are still boxes in the hall. The mirror you step through is propped up against the wall. At the far end is a massive kitchen with original marble tile that goes well to hide its age.
Paul is sleeping. Let's get to spooking.
Spooky Peter leads you through the closed bedroom door where a man in his 20s is sound asleep on a mattress. He is snoring loudly. Spooky Peter floats to one shadowy corner by the open window, then motions for you to do the same. The curtain flaps over Peter's shadowy visage. He stands silently, hat bent slightly forward. ... He's just standing there. Should we flicker the lights?
Patience, protege. The aim is to be a presence, not a nuisance.
Spooky Peter stands motionless for several minutes. Wait, no. 40 minutes. 40 minutes of doing nothing but standing there. Finally, he moves away from the corner.
Watch, protege, as I tighten the knot.
Spooky Peter sinks into the hardwood floor. The old wood lets out a loud creak, creak, creak. As steady as a pulse. Paul is still snoring. Peter moves into the ceiling and starts to scratch. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Like raspy breaths. Paul is still snoring. Peter is starting to look annoyed. He floats over to Paul and peeks in his ear.
Some sort of orange foam. It obstructs his ear canal, preventing him from hearing us. Again, I am thwarted by the progress of man.
Scratch on the wall. You scratch with one nail, long and deep above Paul's head. It leaves a long vertical line in the plaster. Make it a cross.
Excellent work, protege. Faith haunts them, same as ghosts. The fear this will sow brings me butterflies. I am proud of you, protege. Truly, you are spooky this day.
Spooky Peter leads you back into the hallway mirror, back through this weird mirror world of his.
A fractal realm on the dull side of the train.
What he said. Eventually you reach the mirror that leads back to where you came in.
Well, this is me. Thank you for your company.
This was fun.
I am pleased. Before we return to the physical world, I should warn you, time behaves differently in the mirror world. What may have felt like hours was, in fact, years. A decade has passed since we began this date. I speak in jest. It's barely been the length of a talkie. The look of fear on your face. Spooky Peter spooked you good.
He tips his hat and say goodbye. More dust falls off the brim.
Guess I'll be seeing you.
Breeze picks up and the rest of him blows away. Sorry about this one. Perfect first stream, right? That was great. Perfect first stream. So what happens then is you can actually take a look at the people you have. I have Vera and I have Spooky Peter. Vera was a lady that was smoking a bunch and it was a sad story. And this guy was just a creep. But all in all, that took like 25 minutes. You have a ton of those to do. Yeah, a bunch of dates that you can go on. And I'm sure there's tons of weird little side story things that you're able to figure out and get to as well. Be sure to click the link at the bottom here. It is to the full review our friend Glenn did. Until next time, though, I have been Seth Trav. This has been Speed Dating for Ghosts by Copy Chaser Games. And I want to remind you to always practice with Preach.